I want to show you guys some good news, but it's not all good to be honest. I feel sorry for this game. I really wanted to be very good about this game. I wanted very much to be honest, but it's very problematic. Stalker 2 is a game developed in a war atmosphere. It is the continuation of very famous game tried to be developed by Ukrainian producers. In fact, we got excited when we see that it has been developed by years later. Such a guesser to wonder if they will do this, to be honest. Frankly, I want to make positive discrimination against to this game because this game developed under very difficult circumstances. I'm not sure how many games we can count like this kind of situation. The game made during Ukraine and Russia war, That's why I want to approach the game from a soft place because one of the producers of this game lost his life in the war. The game also released on Game Pass. So if you have the chance to try it on Game Pass without having to buy the game itself, definitely try it before you purchase. Why am I saying this? Because it's difficult to predict what will happen on any kind of PCs due to contents of the game and its bugs. Let me list the problems I have experienced myself. For example, enemies going into T-pose, sometimes sounds disappear, all the sounds. Apart from that, I do experience some performance problems, even though I am playing very good solid graphic card. It may not seem like much of a problem when you look at it, but during the game I was playing, these problems were constantly there. I didn't encounter them once in a while. I encountered them very often. The positive thing is that the producers are start updating this game. I guess they will release some more updates first couple months. In other words, the game will reach its consistency in coming months. And another big problem is that the game is downgraded over time. There's serious visual difference between the first version and the final version of the game. Especially when you look at the face models of the characters, when you look at surrounding lighting details, etc. The full version is a bit disappointing. I never expected Stalker to offer such a great visual feast, but these downgrades, too much. It's lowered my mood, to be honest. I shouted at the screen that this game is not like in the videos, but I don't think the reason for this is something done to deceive us. The reason for this 99% brother is related to their inability to optimize the game. As always, this is the biggest problem in the game world. Generally, they deceive us when we see downgrades like this. That's why we get angry to game developers, The reason for this mostly is optimization problem for the games. As always, this is the biggest problem of the game world. Generally, they deceive us when we see downgrades like this. That's why we get angry to the game developers. If you look at the videos like this over the years, you will see that the graphics are gradually decreasing. In fact, I especially looked on the internet and there were a lot of videos made to see if there were videos about this. Even from the trailers of Stalker 2, people were analyzing and wondering if the graphics of this game were getting worse. As a person who has looked at, I can confirm that yeah, the visuals are down. I am not telling graphics are bad. Graphics are actually pretty good. When you go outside, when you look at the NPCs or other characters, you can see their outfits looks pretty good actually. But I am telling that it's not exact same game as the video shown before. You spoke very negatively, Chad. If you say give us some good news, I can say that what I am looking for is the Stalker atmosphere. This game definitely has it. Yes, there are some problems, yes, there are some downgrades, but behind it, it's definitely a Stalker game. Look, I am not such a hardcore Stalker player. I am not a fanboy or something. I played first game couple hours because it's very old for nowadays players, but I love the spirit of the game. The fact this game gives you a feeling of the living world. The world is dangerous and this dangerous living world attracts me. Look, when I say living world, of course, it can interpret to everyone differently, but it's independent from me. You can hear NPCs are arguing each other, you can hear gunshots. This is what I mean, living world. There's a world, it's already alive. It makes you feel more realistic. Was it not at the level I expected? Nope, it wasn't. Let me give you an example. Before the game was released, I read something like this from the players that it was called pre-release version of the game. One of them is helping someone during a mission, and while helping him, he realized that the friend of the person he helped has died, and the person who goes and loots his body says, "Why are you looting my friend's body? Mission cancelled." Cancellation is such a different detail in the game world, isn't it? I mean, it's something that makes it feel organic. When I read this, I said, wow, Stalker 2 will come to whole different levels. But when I played it, I realized that actually this is not such a thing. It was just a mission that come across this concept for me. But that was the point of the mission anyway. The mission person was saying, my friend's body is left down there. Can you bring his body to me? But listen, do not loot his body. It's optional, you can either loot or not. When I was playing that mission, I took the body and looted. I go upstairs and said, come on, give me my reward. He responded, what reward will I give you? You already loot him. So that was the mission. If you are looking something more ambitious, Stalker 2 might not be the you are looking for actually. It may stale a little bit, but if you want an open world experience different from today's games, I can say that Stalker 2 is waiting to give it to you. Because when you actually enter the map, you don't know what will come out from where. Your weapon can suddenly jam because you don't take good care of your guns. Or if you don't play carefully enough, you may run out of money, or you may end up broke because you have to manage the economy in the game well. You have to repair your belongings, or you have to change your belongings constantly. From the clothes you are wearing to your weapons, all of them. Everything breaks down and can break down very quickly. You can repair them in certain camps, but the cost of repairing them is so high then sometimes. You know, if you go out your way and repair too much, you may be left with no money in your pocket. The game doesn't try to hold your hand that much, but it doesn't leave you idle like that as well. It's clear where I am going, it's clear which task is where. But you know, giving you tips like that and saying, oh, let's not put the player in a difficult situation, let's support the player no matter what he does, it is totally against to this game logic. Stalker 2 increased my excitement. As a person who is fond of traditional open world games, I liked a slightly more complex open world. Also, the map is pretty big, I can say, and there are so many things to do. There are side missions, trivia missions, all of them can lead to different things. Frankly, there's main story, it takes you different places, etc. I can say that I love the atmosphere of the game. For example, it just happened to me now. I was running away some bandit types of guy. There were 5 of them. I was hiding under the bridge, and I think, man, finally I am at peace. When I raised my head and I saw 5 of those guys still coming close to me, I ran away from them. They hear my sound and they start chasing me again. The conflict occur and they start shooting me. It was nice. And also, you die immediately. When you make a mistake in the game, you can die easily, and that gives you extra tension of the game. This atmosphere is not an atmosphere that you can easily find in nowadays first-person shooter games. But other than that, there is something else. Unfortunately, mediocrity is dominant in this game. I am aware that, of course, the budget of the producers is not very high. That's why the feeling of conflict is weak compared to other games. For example, if you compare it with other first-person shooter games, Stalker 2 gives you slow hit feelings. Artificial intelligence needs to improve more for enemies in the game. Of course, I am talking about the normal difficulty level, not the hardest one. So who should play it? If there are people like me who miss this kind of free and living world atmosphere, you have to give it a try. For example, you have to enter a building, but you have to find where to enter. You need to search and discover by yourself. The game does not show you directly anything, it does not direct about you. If you like this, if you desire this kind of feelings, this game definitely a good choice for you. While I am editing this video, I just want to show you guys Steam reviews. Most of the people complain about optimization problems, as you might know. But to be honest, most of the comments positive. Most of the people recommend it. By the way, if you are looking for new graphic cards or if you want to upgrade your system, you can take a look at MSI's new Stalker 10 graphic cards. It comes with free Stalker 2 games.